Overcoming the fear of failure, a blueprint for success. Failure. It's the word that stops most of us in our tracks. The fear of it holds us back, paralyzes us, and often prevents us from even starting. But what if I told you that failure isn't the end? In fact, it's a crucial step toward success. Today, we're diving deep into the fear of failure, where it comes from, how it affects us, and most importantly, how to overcome it with a proven blueprint for success. Why we fear failure. First, let's understand why we fear failure. For many of us, it starts in childhood, criticism, high expectations, or the need for approval. Society conditions us to associate failure with weakness or incompetence. But here's the truth. Failure is just feedback. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's an opportunity to grow. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Fear of failure stems from our desire to avoid pain, rejection, or embarrassment. But when we shift our perspective, failure transforms from an obstacle into a stepping stone. Reframing failure. Let's reframe what failure really means. Did you know Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb? Or that J.K. Rowling faced 12 rejections before Harry Potter was published? They didn't see failure as defeat. They saw it as data, a way to refine their approach. Actionable tip number 1. Replace "I failed" with "I learned." When you fail, ask yourself, what did I learn? What can I do differently next time? Growth happens when we analyze our failures and adjust our strategies. Actionable blueprint to overcome fear of failure. Now, let's get practical. Here's your step-by-step blueprint for overcoming the fear of failure. Set smaller goals. Break your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. Celebrate progress, no matter how small. Example: instead of writing a book, commit to writing 1 page a day. Detach your identity from results. Remember, failing at something doesn't make you a failure. Your worth isn't tied to one outcome. Visualize the worst-case scenario. Ask yourself, what's the worst that can happen? Often, the reality is far less terrifying than the fear in your mind. Create a failure log. Write down every failure and what you learned from it. Over time, this becomes a powerful tool for growth. Seek feedback, not approval. Instead of fearing judgment, ask for constructive criticism. Growth comes from learning, not pleasing everyone. Inspiration to take action. Dynamic shots of people succeeding after multiple attempts. Athletes, entrepreneurs, students. Every successful person you admire has faced failure, and they didn't let it stop them. Remember, the only true failure is giving up. Every misstep is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Your journey is unique, and failure is part of that story. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Winston Churchill. Conclusion and call to action. Presenter smiling confidently, addressing the audience directly. So, what's holding you back? Is it fear of failure or fear of your own potential? Start today. Embrace the lessons in failure, and you'll find success waiting on the other side. If this video inspired you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe for more content to help you unlock your full potential. Let's conquer the fear of failure together.